I've always loved two things: home decor and trying the latest tech. So when I heard people were using artificial intelligence to design their living rooms, I thought, why not me? My own living room had started to feel a bit tired. Beige walls, comfy sofa, but nothing special. I wanted a change, but didn't want to spend weeks flipping through magazines or trawling Pinterest. What if I let an AI tool take the wheel and redesign my space? It sounded wild, but also like the perfect way to mix my love for gadgets with my dream of a nicer home. With a cup of tea in hand and my curiosity on high, I set off to see if artificial intelligence could really out-decorate me. The first step was finding the right AI tool. I spent evenings scouring the internet, reading reviews and watching YouTube demos. There were so many apps promising to revolutionize home design at the click of a button. Some seemed dodgy. One had a cartoon robot in a top hat. No thanks. Others looked slick, but were pricey. Eventually, I settled on a popular app called Room Renew. It had great ratings, lots of before and after photos, and an interface even I could understand. I liked that it asked about my style: Scandinavian, modern, boho, industrial, or surprise me. I hovered over surprise me, but chickened out. Room Renew promised to generate multiple design options based on a photo of my room. With my account set up, my next challenge was getting my living room ready for its close-up. Before uploading anything, I had to tidy up. The app recommended taking clear, well-lit photos, so I spent an hour picking up magazines and fluffing the sofa cushions. My dog, Poppy, decided now was the perfect time to photobomb. After a few attempts, and bribing her with treats, I finally got the shots I needed. Uploading the photos felt strangely official. I had to mark windows, doors, and enter the room's measurements. The app asked about my style preferences: cozy but modern, with some color and plants. I also ticked pet-friendly. I pressed Start Design, took a deep breath, and waited for the magic, or mayhem, to begin. Once my photos were uploaded, the app got to work. The little loading bar spun in circles while the AI analyzed my space. I watched as the app highlighted the sofa, fireplace, and even the houseplants. The whole process took about 15 minutes, but it felt much longer. Would it keep my blue armchair? Would it finally fix the awkward gap between the sofa and the wall? Finally, a ping. The results were ready. 4 design options appeared. I braced myself, clicked the first design, and prepared to meet my AI-designed future. The first design, which the AI called Urban Jungle, completely took me by surprise. I'd expected something subtle, maybe a few tweaks here and there, but what appeared on my screen was a total transformation. The walls were painted a deep, dramatic green, and there were lush, leafy plants in every single corner, some I'd never even heard of. My familiar beige sofa was nowhere to be seen, replaced by a luxurious velvet emerald one that looked like it belonged in a magazine. Gold accents sparkled everywhere: a sleek lamp, a chic side table, and a shimmering frame above the mantel that caught the light just right. The whole room felt glamorous, almost like stepping into a botanical penthouse. Next up was Scandi Chic. Suddenly, everything shifted to light wood, crisp white walls, and soft grey textiles. The vibe was calm and airy, with a sleek pale oak coffee table anchoring the space. It felt like a breath of fresh Nordic air. The AI even added a fluffy white rug that looked irresistibly cozy, perfect for curling up with a book, but also, I imagined, dangerously easy to spill tea on. It was inviting, but I'd have to be careful. Then came Bold and Bright, and the room exploded with color. There was a mustard yellow sofa, teal curtains that practically glowed, and a candy apple red armchair that demanded attention. It was playful, energetic, and nothing like my usual style. The AI threw in a graphic rug and hung up abstract art that looked like something my nephew might have painted in nursery, full of wild shapes and colors. It was fun, a little chaotic, and definitely made me smile. Finally, minimal zen appeared. The room was stripped back to basics: white walls, a low wooden bench instead of a sofa, and just one solitary green plant. The space felt peaceful, almost meditative, like a retreat from the world. Each design made me feel something different: curiosity at the urban jungle, surprise at the Scandi calm, delight at the playful colors, and, in some cases, mild panic at the thought of actually living with such bold choices. I never expected to see my living room reimagined in so many wild, creative, and sometimes outrageous new ways. It was like watching my home go through a fashion show, each look more daring than the last. The AI had a vivid imagination, far more adventurous than I'd ever dared to be with my own space. It made me wonder, what if I actually tried one of these designs? Seeing my living room through the eyes of AI was a real shock. It was like stepping into a parallel universe where my familiar space had been reimagined by someone, or something, with a completely different perspective. Suddenly, the room I thought I knew so well felt brand new, almost unrecognizable, and it was both exciting and a little unsettling. I never would have painted my walls emerald green, but Urban Jungle made it look dramatic, in a good way. The deep, lush color brought a sense of energy and vibrancy I hadn't realized was missing. Paired with leafy plants and natural textures, the whole space felt alive, like a breath of fresh air had swept through. The gold touches felt fancy, and the velvet sofa practically begged to be lounged on. It was a level of luxury I'd never considered for my own home, but suddenly I could imagine curling up there with a book or hosting friends for a cozy evening. The combination of rich fabrics and metallic accents made the room feel both inviting and a little bit glamorous. The Scandinavian look was closest to my usual style: clean lines, pale woods, and a touch of hygge. There was a sense of calm and order, with everything in its place. Soft throws, warm lighting, and simple decor made it feel instantly comfortable, like a gentle hug after a long day. Still, I worried it might look a bit bland. Where was the personality? The neutral palette and minimal decor risked making the space feel impersonal, almost like a showroom instead of a home. I started to wonder if I was playing it too safe, missing out on opportunities to express myself. Bold and bright turned my living room into a box of crayons. Every wall, every piece of furniture seemed to shout for attention, bursting with color and energy. It was overwhelming at first, but also strangely exhilarating, like being at a party where everyone's invited to be their loudest, most joyful self. I laughed at the sheer confidence of it. The boldness was contagious, making me wonder if maybe I could be a little braver with my choices too. The abstract rug actually started to grow on me. It was playful, a side of me I didn't know I wanted in my living room. Its wild patterns and bright colors brought a sense of fun and spontaneity, reminding me that home doesn't always have to be serious or subdued. Minimal zen made me realize how much I like having stuff around. The empty surfaces and sparse decor felt peaceful, but also a little lonely, as if the room was waiting for life to move back in. The simplicity was calming, but also a bit cold. Without my usual clutter, the space lost some of its warmth and character. It made me appreciate the little things that make a house feel like home. Where would I put my mugs, my books, or Poppy's toys? All the things that tell the story of our lives seem to have no place in this version of my living room. Each AI design pushed me out of my comfort zone in its own way. Some styles challenged my assumptions, while others made me see possibilities I'd never considered before. Some ideas were a hit, others had me shaking my head. But even the wildest suggestions made me think twice about what I really want from my space. But all of them made me see my living room with fresh eyes. I realized that change doesn't have to be scary. It can be inspiring, even fun. I started to rethink what my style really meant. Maybe it's not about sticking to one look, but about creating a space that feels like me. Colorful, cozy, a little bit bold, and always evolving. Before this experiment, my living room was all about comfort and safety. Beige walls, beige sofa, beige rug. Looking at the AI's designs, I realized it was also a little, well, snoozy. Urban Jungle brought energy to the room. The plants made it feel alive. Scandi Cheek looked so crisp and tidy, like the best version of my current taste. Bold and bright was a total departure, but it made me smile just looking at it. Minimal Zen was more disciplined than I could ever be, but I liked the sense of peace it projected. Seeing both worlds side by side, I realized I'd been underestimating what my living room could be. The AI pushed me towards ideas I never would have considered. Once the initial shock of seeing my space reimagined by AI wore off, I found myself scrolling through the designs, picking and choosing what actually felt right for me. It was a bit like shopping with a very opinionated friend, one who had a flair for the dramatic and a love for bold choices. I wasn't quite ready to transform my home into a full-blown urban jungle, but I did take a leap and painted one wall a deep, lush green. The color instantly made the room feel warmer and more inviting, like a cozy retreat from the outside world. The gold lamp suggestion stuck with me. I found one online, and when it arrived, it was even better than I'd hoped. Every time I flicked it on, it added a little sparkle to the room, and honestly, it made me smile, even on gloomy days. Inspired by the AI's Scandi chic mood board, I decided to swap out my old clunky coffee table for a lighter wood one. The new table instantly brightened up the space and made everything feel more open and airy. After seeing the bold and bright theme, I couldn't resist adding a few colorful cushions to my sofa. The pops of color brought so much energy to the room, and it felt like my personality was finally shining through. When it came to minimal Zen, I realized I wasn't ready to part with my beloved jungle of houseplants. Instead, I took the AI's advice and arranged them more neatly on shelves, which made the whole space feel calmer and more intentional. Of course, not every suggestion was a winner. Some made me laugh out loud, like the AI's idea to put a hanging chair smack in the middle of the living room. In the mock-up, my dog Poppy immediately claimed it as her throne, which honestly made the whole process even more entertaining. In the end, my living room became a playful blend of my own style and the AI's wild imagination. It's now a space that feels uniquely mine. Definitely not beige and definitely not boring. Letting AI design my living room turned out to be more fun and more eye-opening than I expected. The AI wasn't always right, but it pushed me to try things I'd never have picked on my own. I learned that a bold wall color isn't scary, just different. And it's okay to mix styles as long as your space feels like you. Would I use AI for home design again? Absolutely. It's like having a super creative friend who isn't afraid of making mistakes. My advice? Take lots of photos, be honest about your style, and don't be afraid to laugh at the wild suggestions. If you're curious about using AI for your own home, give it a go. Even if you only keep one idea, it's worth shaking things up. Looking around at my not-so-beige walls, I'm glad I trusted a robot with my home.